Namaskaram to every one of you who have come together for the Geneva Nature-Based Solutions Dialogues. I am very pleased that IUCN, UN Environment and the World Health Organization are coming together for the first time like this to discuss human and planetary health as one and the same. Many of you are experts in your fields. The way we organize ourselves in huge organizations, all doing such specialized work, focused on one aspect, can sometimes make all these appear disconnected, but they're not. The preservation and nurturing of this planet is not different from aspiring for good life, as there is no good life without a good planet. There is no great life without a great planet. The very body that we carry is just an outcrop of this planet. In yogic terms, when we say earth, we are not only referring to the planet, we are also referring to the element earth, which is a very significant ingredient in the making of our physical selves. Our physical self being a combination of earth, water, air, fire and akasha. Earth is the most basic and stable of the five elements. When we eat food, what we swallow is part of this earth. Essentially, we take a part of this earth and make it a part of ourselves on a daily basis. This is what consumption of food is. Consequently, how we treat this planet is how we treat this body. Conversely, in a way, the way we treat this body is also the way we treat this planet. It is very important for us to see what role the element of earth plays in our physical, mental and spiritual well-being of who we are. If the element earth does not cooperate within our systems, we are not getting anywhere. Most people, unfortunately, develop a relationship with the soil only after death. It's very, very important that we develop a very intimate relationship with the soil, which is the very basis of our making when we're alive. Especially now, with this pandemic around, it is all the more relevant that our connection with the earth and the soil is very, very vital, because we have seen by our experience and we know from yogic sciences that the relationship with the soil, how intimately you are connected with the soil, in many ways makes you super resilient to all these invasions of microorganisms and various other things that may come our way, can be dealt with efficiently and effectively if we have a very profound and intimate relationship with the soil, because soil is the material of which we are made. Here at Isha Yoga Center, we call this Prithvi Prema Seva, which literally means that a loving engagement with the soil. Wherever one is, everybody should make this effort that if you have a small patch of garden, your bare feet and your hands must come in touch with the soil. If you don't have a piece of land around you of your own, you can easily volunteer to work in somebody's garden. Believe me, you're not just volunteering to offer free labor to them, you will be immensely benefited with the connection that you develop with the soil in terms of health, in terms of stability, in terms of inner well-being. Your contact with the soil is about how you relate to this earth, and how you relate to this earth will determine how strong you live here. When I say living strong, I'm not talking about growing big muscles. Living strong means that your life is enhanced in such a way, it is fit enough not only to survive, but to flourish. Especially in these pandemic times, we must understand this is very vital for future generations, that we set a right culture where from an early age, children develop a strong relationship with the soil and live strong. This is important for the human race to flourish. Another aspect of your relationship with the soil is how you eat food. Food essentially, all vegetable matter that we eat essentially comes out of the soil. To eat this food when it is alive, that is in its natural condition, is very, very important if one brings at least 50% of natural food in terms of vegetables, fruits, nuts, legumes, seeds and lentils, this will make a massive difference in one's life. Sprouted grams and other aspects will bring enormous sense of health and well-being. Above all, we could easily become resistant to various external invasions that may happen upon us in the form of bacteria or virus or whatever else may come in future. This would not only greatly improve human health, it would reduce the negative impact of pure play farming. Our land is being desecrated because of pure play farming, and to address major issues such as desertification and climate change, it's very, very important that we genuinely look at how we consume food and what sort of food we consume. If human beings are willing to change the way we consume food and what we consume, a massive impact can be brought about in the climate change issues in a positive way. Many times wherever I go, people come up to me and say, "Oh, you are a wonderful tree planter." I keep reminding them, I am not a tree planter. My interest is not ecology, my interest is life. If you are interested in life, how can you be not interested in every life? Because this life is not all by itself. This is a culmination of various other lives which are here in the form of plants, trees, animals, birds, insects, worms and microbes. All this life put together, we are in a way a summation or culmination of this life being at the peak of evolutionary scale. I have to remind people often that my interest is not ecology, my interest is life. They appreciate the nature-based solutions that we have unfolded or beginning to manifest in the form of Kaveri Calling Project in southern India. Well, it's a massive project which is aimed towards revival of a river in a tropical world. There is no way to revive a river without enriching the soil. And once we enrich the soil, the nature of the land itself changes and our health situation changes and the general ecological situation will change, and this will immensely contribute to the climate change issues in a positive way also. As we have seen, both UNCCD and the Environment Ministry of the Central Government of India have recognized this, and now the way we have manifested Kaveri Calling Project by planting trees in the region as a part of agroforestry movement addressing 5.2 million farmers in the area, and this is a region where nearly 70 million people live, and their lives will change, and we've already absolutely demonstrated that the livelihoods of farmers will be greatly enhanced, and also the soil richness has gone up, water tables have come up. This is a tremendous demonstration and dedication by the people of the region in making this happen, and now the central government has come up with 13 detailed project reports on similar lines. Our ideas of development and economy have taken us away from the reality of our existence. Our fanciful ideas of what is good life and what is good economy unfortunately has led to variety of destruction and damage to this planet, and without addressing all these issues, there is really no solution, but the key aspect of all this is soil. Soil, soil and soil. This is where our focus needs to be. This maturity needs to arise in the businesses, in industry, the government policies, and in the very way we conduct our lives. It is time we made this happen. I wish you a great success in this endeavor. Let's make it happen.